I be on my mission. Catch me, candid for these lenses. Catch me one day whipping in these benches. Catch me, catch me, catch me. Catch me, like we playing on. Roll one, and you gon' sing along. Hey, sip some, and you gon' get your dance on. Catch me, catch me, catch me, yeah. Drowning in ambition now.
Alright guys, we are back on the couch. You know, just here trying to be creative and all that. Today I got a special artist. I'm not gonna introduce anything. He will speak to you guys. You wanna speak to your audience? Anything you wanna say?
Awe, good afternoon, salam. My name is Sean, the Afro Prince, and thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, welcome, man. I think it's amazing to have you here. It's been like the last 2 weeks we've been trying to get you here. It's like canceled the whole time and all that, you know. And the fact that you're here today, I think that's amazing, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'll try to make it work, you know, moving things around. But we here. Let's make a vibe of it and let's roll with it.
Amazing. All right, let's speak music. I listened to your music, your album, Thankful. I think it's a very, very, very good album. I like the fact that you have this kind of creativity in it. You have Afro and you have hip hop, and that's amazing. And what can you tell us about it? How did you come about that?
For me, it started just in my upbringing, man. So I grew up in Mitchell's Plain, but I spent a lot of my life in Philippi as well. So I've been exposed to a lot of Quiade music, African sounds, just a lot of traditional things, the culture. And I always try to blend that in my music as well. Because I mean, what then makes your song South African? If you're trying to just sound American or you're not bringing our flavor into it. So whenever I'm producing a beat or so, if it's just a full-on hip-hop beat, I'll try to add like, I don't know, it could be a rumba, anything, or even just a piano log bass, just to add that local vibe and flavor to my music, you know, to make it South African. Because let's be honest, local is always liquor, you know, so I stick to that vibe and flavor.
No, that's amazing. I really like the fact that you kind of like you mentioned Africa, and I think that's like a very powerful way of approaching music, you know. And I want to know what your message, or what kind of message do you want to put out there on your music?
So for me, the message in my music always has been, and it's something I've learned, the light is not at the end of the tunnel, it's within you. And to be consistent with your vibe, and like the album Thankful itself, where it derived from is just, you know, over the years I've been creating music since a kid, man. And there were times I just got one download, one stream, you know, and it never discouraged me, you know. It was being appreciative that one person actually took 3 minutes out of their day to listen to my one song, you know, and that's 3 or 4 minutes they would never get back in their life, but they spent it listening to my music. And that's why I said I'm thankful, and just keeping that attitude of gratitude, you know, that's essentially has always been my message.
Nah, amazing. And actually, speaking of albums, right, I feel like nowadays music albums, or most of the artists that comes out today, they don't really put albums that when you listen to the album, you sort of like get the story behind the albums, you know, like you listen to the first song and to the last song, it's like you have the story that tells it, and I don't really get that. But when I got your album, I could tell that it was calculated, the way you put all the songs in there, and I think that's amazing. And I feel like you still got that, the art of music in it. And what do you think about people's album out nowadays, like individuals?
I mean, everything grows and changes, you know, to each their own, and I don't think you should follow what anyone else was doing, you know. Do it your way, your own way, your own vibe, your own style, flavor. If you feel like having a rock song, then a hip hop song, then a pop song after each other, then so be it, you know. So long it makes sense to you and it's true to who you are as an artist, you know. Rather give a true reflection of who you are, because we're all different, you know. Like some people you might feel this morning like a rock star, after you feel hip hop-ish, you know. So whatever that is or means to you, display that to the world, you know, through your music.
Through the music. Ah, that's very cool. That's very cool. You got anything coming up so far?
So I mean, 5th of March, just released my latest single titled Coming Up. Super excited. We're doing the music video shoot very soon. That'll follow up as well. And yeah, got quite a few other things coming up as well, but I don't want to speak about it just yet until it's confirmed and finalized.
Okay. When I listened to that song, and I don't know, when I started listening to the song, I kind of got like this AKA vibe in it, and I was like, wow, this is really AKA. And I spoke to you earlier and you say he's like one of your artists that you used to look up to.
Yes, man, he was definitely my favorite. I'll never forget the first time I heard the song All I Know of Him. Like
Yo,
he
the
was,
song was a vibe.
I think it was like the first South African artist that I heard like sing like that, and I was like, oh, I could listen to this all day. Because I used to only listen to like mostly American artists, you know, and like for the first time it was this local dude, looked like me, dressed like us, you know what I mean, similar cultures, backgrounds and those type of things. And he's from Mitchell's Plain as well, so I was like, damn, bro, we can actually
Is
do
it really
this.
from Mitchell's Plain?
Yes, Westerich.
Okay guys, I never knew that, but I think that's a good lesson to me. So he's from Mitchell's Plain.
So yeah, that's one of the things that like also drove us even like, for me rather, more to his music, and then just watching him grow and develop and achieve what he has achieved was like, damn, it's actually possible. I too can achieve that. I too can reach that level if I work hard enough, you know. And
I like the mindset. The mindset is clean and clear. Amazing. And what's your perspective on music, in today's music? Do you think it's necessary for artists to kind of like join a music label, or they can actually do it on their own?
I think it's about what works for you, you know. Yes, you can do it independently if you understand the business side of it and just how it all fits in together. And I think you need to still have a solid team, even if you are independent. But I don't think you should also look down on someone when they join a label, you know, because different artists need different things. Some artists are entrepreneurs naturally. They know how to sell themselves. They know, okay, I'm more than just an artist, I'm a brand. And you get other artists, they're just so damn good at the music, but man, they suck at selling themselves, you know.
That's for
so
sure.
they need that label support or someone extra just to guide them through the business avenues of things. So I think it's all about where that artist is. Whoever their management team is need to understand what they need and then building up on that.
Okay, I see. But I don't know much about the music industry here, but I've been watching, you know Kanye West, right? You've been watching him lately. There was like this fight they came up with saying that the music labels are like unfair to artists. They sort of like taking advantage of artists, you know, and because of that, don't you think that he kind of like had a point on that? I mean, if you have been watching,
he definitely has a point on it, you know. And I've also dived very deep into the topic itself just to get to try to understand where he's also coming from.
Yeah, because he was like he was encouraging like young artists to like create their own, like to try to be independent instead of joining the labels and all that, you know.
I agree, but there's always two sides to a coin, you know. Yes, you want everyone to own their masters, you want them to own their publishing, but then again you need to teach them. What do you do when you own your masters? How do you sell that master? How do you make money off that publishing? What's a good publishing deal look like? Is 50-50 the way? Is 80-20 a good split, you know? You can't just say, don't sign a deal without giving us the other knowledge, you know, because that's essentially what the issue is. We don't understand what the other percentage means, or how do you actually make money from it, you know. And on the other side, on the label side again, they're taking a risk. No one knows you. I'm about to put $5 million behind you, dude. You know, like there's a lot hanging up on this, because who says you're gonna make that money back for us? So there's two sides to the coin.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's very powerful.
But I think it comes down to you as a person, you know. If you're gonna go the label route, understand what you're getting yourself into. Like there was one clip that I watched of Pharrell where he said, if you're in a bad deal, don't stop making music. Even if you have signed a 6-album deal, finished the 6 albums, yes, you might not have made as much money, but you now got you got the exposure out there, your name is out there. So when you're done with that deal, now you have more leverage to shop around and actually get yourself a better deal, as opposed to just sitting there sulking and being like, you know what, I got a bad deal, I can't do anything about it, and then remain stuck in that bad deal, you know.
I see. Crazy. Yeah, here's another interesting topic that I saw recently. You heard of the ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
So with this ChatGPT, with the AI, they're like coming up with this new way of making music where a producer will literally use Kendrick Lamar's voice without him being there. He uses a voice and he actually make the song, and everything comes out exactly like Kendrick Lamar, but it's not the guy. You know, based on that, what do you think, or what's your perspective on how the music will be moving to the next like 10 years? Do you think it will be much easier to get into the music industry, or harder with that AI, I should say?
With AI being in there, I think just listen to the song itself with AI made. You can replicate the voice, you can't replicate the soul, the vibe, the energy, you know, the punchiness.
Now, because when I heard the song of Kendrick Lamar, it was so cool. Like it was actually very good. I couldn't believe it, but then I realized later it was like, no, it's AI. I was like, wow, that's crazy, you know. So don't you think that it will be a competition of like artists, human, there's the AI. Do you think you guys
I
gonna win?
think for me personally, as someone that really, when I listen to music, I feel it deeply. And I think it comes down to the audience. What kind of music do you want? Do you want something that's just sounding good, or do you want something that sounds and feels good? There's actually energy and emotion, because yes, you could replicate a Drake, a Taylor Swift, or Kanye West for that matter, but can you go put AI on a stage and let them do what Drake and Kanye West or Taylor
like
Swift is doing when they doing what they do in that arena, you know? So I don't think it's that big of a risk. I do think it is a risk if we don't use it to our advantage, you know. Don't fear it. It's a new technology. The same like auto-tune was frowned upon 30, 20 years when it came out. But if we can learn how to use it to our advantage now already, then we can grow and create a much better sound, you know, and quality of music overall.
No, that's actually powerful, because I never thought of that. That makes a lot of sense. Like, you actually have to learn from it, you know, learn and try to see what you, because I mean, like, that's how the auto-tune came out, just like that, and people were like, oh, there's something new. But one thing I like about Kanye West is he learned from that, and he sort of like used it on his advantage.
And he capitalized on it, created a whole new sound, vibe, brought in electro sounds into stuff that was frowned upon initially, you know, but I mean, look at where it is today, and what it brought him, so many Grammys, accolades, achievements. It's yay, like everyone knows who he is, you know, he's known for
crazy
that.
Stuff, right? Now this, I think that's really powerful. Like, we need to learn from it. I think we actually coming to the end of the show right now. Do you have any message to your people that are watching all day, to the young generation, you know, with AI and all that? What would you tell them?
For me, my message, again, I've said it before, I'll say it whenever and wherever I go. The light is not at the end of the tunnel. It's within you. Stay true to yourself. Keep on believing in yourself and stay fly, do dope things, and always keep it real.
Amazing. Anything coming out in the future on your side?
Right now I'm just pushing, coming up, you know, making the most of that single because it's just released. But as we're speaking, I am busy with new music as well.
Amazing.
And definitely will be releasing some more vibes throughout the year for sure.
Alright, thanks very much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
Really appreciate it. It was like a whole week, but then you finally got to make it.
Sure, buddy. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Hey, you gon' get your dance on. Catch me, catch me, catch me, drowning in ambition now. Wet. Turning all these tables now. Blip. Burning all these bridges down. Lit. Catch me, damn, damn, damn.